It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. We're at Talking Stick Resort Arena in downtown Phoenix. Tonight, it's the Phoenix Suns taking on the Denver Nuggets. Nuggets have the first possession. Let the debate begin, Jay. Michael Porter Jr., steal of the draft for Denver.
Last year, we were talking about this kid easily by a wide margin, going with the first pick in the draft. This is a gem for the Denver Nuggets.
Shot for Jokic. No good. To Booker. Goes to the right side. Here's a chance from long range. Where's the chatter? No one was even close to him.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
Jokic to Gordon. Porter gets it in the left corner. Nikola Jokic matched up with Paul. Trying to cash in. Monte Morris at the line. First free throw is good. Able to convert on both free throws. Paul into the front court. A minute gone by here in the opening quarter. Here comes the screen. Monte Morris picked up by Paul. Jokic to Will Barton. Down low, it's Gordon. And the rebound taken down by the Suns. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Nuggets have the possession. To Aaron Gordon. A pass stolen by Phoenix.
Now push it. Let's attack in transition so we can build this lead.
DeAndre Ayton. Gordon to Jokic. 4-3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Great shot by the offense. But the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough 2 than a wide open 3.
Paul into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Works it to Booker. Gordon missed his first. That one goes.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Paul to Booker. From long range, Devin Booker in his own desert. No one in sight, and he takes advantage.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose a dagger with the 3.
Nikola Jokic, he's never made the playoffs, but upon further review, he is a special center.
Got that 5-year extension for $146 million, and I'm willing to say this. He will be one of the future centers in the game.
And he finishes at the rim.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Jokic to Gordon. To Jokic. Oh, Nikola Jokic. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Booker. Oh, pass stolen by the Nuggets. So important to take care of the basketball. Easy two on the other end after the turnover.
And that transition offense was flawless when guys fan out and actually fill the lanes with a sense of urgency. You heard me correctly, a sense of urgency. You will get a great shot every possession.
Paul across the timeline. They trail by one. To Booker. Here comes the screen. Booker. To Paul. Booker. He made his first effort, but not that time.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
To Mikal Bridges. Look out, Devin Booker. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
To Jokic. Throws it up. Oh, blocked away.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Paul. His first effort off the mark. Gordon to Jokic. The drive right to the basket. The shot no good on the drive by Jokic. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. Mikal Bridges lets it fly from beyond the arc. Not that time. The follow won't go either. To Jokic. It was right there. To Mikal Bridges. Booker. Deep two there, won't go. Nice pace, sets it up and slams it down. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
Phoenix with it. Paul. Pass there, taken away by Denver. Slam dunk, Will Barton.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back, everybody communicated, everybody pointed. It was just better offense than it was defense.
Paul with it up top. Down 3. Beyond the arc for 3. Off the mark. To Jokic. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating.
Nikola Jokic trying to cash in on a three-point play. A career 83% free throw shooter. Free throw good as he completes the three-point play. The lead is up to 6. Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Here comes the screen. Paul. Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Jokic, deep left corner. Oh, the Suns come up with the steal. JaVale McGee. Martin into the front court. They lead it. 4-point game. From the painted area, won't go down. Now Paul with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Fires the 3. Rebound taken in by the Nuggets. To Aaron Gordon. Martin's shot, no good. And scores. Strong take.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
To Jokic. Gordon to Will Barton. Down low Jokic. Oh, Nikola Jokic. He's 3 for 7.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Paul into the front court. Trailing by 4. It's Denver's ball.
Watch the cutter, man.
Gordon
Hey, good contest.
with the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Paul into the front court. Down 6. JaVale McGee. McGee powers it through. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Right down Broadway, 4-2.
I 100% guarantee you that was not the play call, but a bucket is a bucket.
Phoenix has the ball. Paul.
I'm on D.
Here comes the screen. To Paul. For 3. Smothering D.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Oh, the slam popped out. Goes to the left side. Paul. Baseline drive. And he's going to the free throw line.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number 1, to see if they'll get caught. And number 2, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Jay Crowder at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 79% at the line. Knocks down the first. Goes 2 for 2. Drives, but a shot won't go down. JaVale McGee knocked loose. Picked up by the Nuggets. Slams it down.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
It's Suns ball. Here comes the screen. Shot from the lane won't go. To Jokic. And the finish. Slam dunk. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
Drive from the baseline, but it won't go down. Jokic. Finger roll, finishing with finesse.
Old school equals high percentage.
It's Phoenix ball. Here comes the screen. Probing the defense. Goes reverse to lay it in.
Not a Ferrari, definitely not a Lambo, but hey, get you from point A to point B.
Murray with the basketball. Shot clock turned off as they get a chance to build their lead. Has a chance. A shot by Green, no good. Desperation shot here from half court. The quarters. The Nuggets in front. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter.
Our team reaches 100 points and wins tonight. Everyone gets free pizza.
Suns with the basketball. Here comes the screen. Sizing up the defense. To Booker. Fires the three. That's good D. Shot no good.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Booker with it. They find themselves down 10. A pass stolen by the Nuggets.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Austin Rivers to Jokic. Austin Rivers. They'll get it down to Green. Won't go. To Jokic. Short jumper won't go down. DeAndre Ayton. Nice pass to get things going.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
To Jokic. Throws it down. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Knocked loose. Taken by the Suns. Defense forces the turnover, and it leads to points. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize that's where you'll be the entire ball game.
Jokic. And finishes strong. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Booker matched up with Rivers. Going to launch beyond the arc. Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
To Booker. Wide open look won't go. Picked up by the Suns. Defense forces the turnover, and it leads to points.
This game is so mental. Trust me. Some nights you give poor effort defensively. You can't make any shots. Then you see the ball go in. Boom. Switch turned on.
Austin Rivers to Jokic. Scores from the post. Now whistle and a timeout for Phoenix as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Okay, I saw a little bit of a handle there. But let's see if that confidence is still there down the stretch.
Murray into the front court. His team on top by 8. Jumper's good.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Down to Green. Stuffs it down with authority.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
To Booker. Great defense there, forcing the pickup. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Denver's got it. To Jokic. Why even try that time?
I'm going to start calling him the windshield wiper, just erasing all the mistakes.
It goes down.
In the paint, you need to finish, just like that.
Murray into the front court. It's an 8-point lead. Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called. Booker. Slam dunk, DeAndre Ayton.
It's so difficult to block a guy like that with that kind of athleticism and length. Your timing almost has to be perfect, but pretty much there's no stopping him when he's around the rim.
Murray with it. Up by 6. To Jokic. He gets it.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Suns control the possession. Booker. Pass there, taken away by Denver.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Turns and slams it down.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Murray with the basketball. Up 6. And the finish at the rim.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Booker. Jamal Murray sends it away. That's out of bounds. Last touch by Murray. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Paul. From the painted area, won't go down. To Jokic. They go down low. Murray. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Paul. Lets it fly from long range. And Chris Paul, he's been doing that for years. Wide open look, and he buries it. When you look at playmakers in the last decade plus, what sets Chris Paul apart?
He always puts you in a position to succeed. He leads because he's vocal, and when he directs and he guides, there is nobody better at the position than CP3.
Nuggets have the possession. And the finish on the nice step through.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Paul across the timeline. His team down 9. Nikola Jokic sends it away.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
To Gordon. They go to Jokic, down low. Knocked loose. Taken by the Suns. DeAndre Ayton. Nikola Jokic, guarded by CP3. Kicks it around the perimeter to Mikal Bridges. Here comes the screen. Mikal Bridges. To Paul. Won't go. A drive to the basket, but the shot won't go down.
Ed, the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
Jamal Murray against Chris Paul. To Aaron Gordon. Deep right corner. Gordon. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Paul with it up top. They trail by 7. Here's a chance from long range. To Jokic. Great pass to set it up. Finish that. 4-3. Still hasn't hit from deep in the first half. No good. Nuggets with the basketball. Driving right to the basket. Full throttle. Right to the basket for the deuce.
The defender ran out of gas? Or two? This dude is just unstoppable.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Paul. McGee powers it through.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. To Will Barton. Jokic to Will Barton. Michael Porter Jr. above the rim.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Paul to Mikal Bridges. The Suns with 4 to shoot. Paul, that's how you defend.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing. Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. To Mikal Bridges. And he's fouled, and he earns a trip to the line.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
First try, no good. Missed the second as well. To Porter. Easy path to the rim. Can't miss those. Denver ball right now. Aaron Gordon guarded by CP3. Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
He is yet to hit one tonight. No good. To Jokic. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Suns. And look out. Big finish at the rim.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Taken by the Suns. That's it for the first half. The Nuggets enjoying a nice cushion.
Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The Nuggets are up after 2 quarters. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. These are the guys getting buckets for the Denver Nuggets. The Suns, down at halftime and in need of some momentum. They've been scrappy, doing their best to be competitive. We'll see if their efforts are more rewarded in the second half. These are the guys getting buckets for the Phoenix Suns.
Game track. Assists.
The Phoenix Suns struggle to play the angles and allowed too many passing lanes to exist. However, some credit has to go to their opponents for the way they move the ball. They've been taking advantage of this situation.
Player of the half.
I like this choice because he really put on a show in the opening half. There's a reason he's a fan favorite.
Who was cold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. Here we go with the top 3 plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense. The screen sets him up for 2.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Monte Morris, picked up by Paul. To Jokic. And the Suns right there for the rebound. Now Paul with the basketball. His guys down 11. From long range. Off the iron. No good. To Gordon. Oh, emphatic slam.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Phoenix with it. Nikola Jokic pins it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Porter to Jokic. A pass stolen by Phoenix.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
And Chris Paul, veteran move, well defended, still buries the 3.
We love to break this game down analytically. We even love to break it down more psychologically. But sometimes it's just about settling into the game. Seemed like in the first half, things were rushed. Now we finally see them have their composure and their poise.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Jokic. Here comes the screen. Jokic to Porter. Has a look. Shot's no good. You have to like the confidence, but that was a difficult shot.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Nuggets have the possession. Porter. To Will Barton. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Paul. Great defense, forcing the miss.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
And Jay, they called the foul.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
Picked up by the Suns. Booker to Paul. Passed it off. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
And when the ball gets the defense rotating from side to side, you're bound to find opportunities for each other.
Monte Morris picked up by Paul. To Will Barton. Nothing going here on that drive. Porter. Oh, defender pulling the chair. Paul into the front court. Trailing by 11. Beyond the arc for three. He was 0 for 6 to start. Let's see if that three turns things around.
Well, there's this old saying, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. This is why you've been practicing in the offseason so hard. You never let one miss deter you from taking the next.
Jokic. They work it down to Gordon. Oh, defender pulls the chair. DeAndre Ayton. To Paul. Looking for his man. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Whoops, that won't go. To Jokic. Won't go down. To Booker. Slam dunk, DeAndre Ayton. Now a whistle. Timeout for Denver as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. To Aaron Gordon. And the Suns secure the rebound. Off the assist.
Just wait a second, Ed. Wait 1 second. Can we go back to the play before this great play that we just saw? Just because you have a bad offensive possession, you can't allow that to go down and reciprocate itself on the defensive end. One bad play does not make two bad plays. You have to bounce back. That's how you play this game.
It's Denver's ball. To Will Barton. Fires the three. Good contest. Barton misses. To Booker. Aaron Gordon with the block.
Just incredible timing on that swap.
Pass stolen by the Nuggets. Gets it in the left corner. To Porter. Shot clock winding down.
Hands off, get the board.
Gordon's shot misses.
And even his easy shots look difficult. It seems like the defense has completely disrupted his game. The bumping and pushing him is really throwing him off.
Barton into the front court. Lead is 2. Into the front court. It's Booker. Looking to make something happen. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
Ed, all this talk I heard over the summer, what about CP3's hamstring? Will he be able to get back his first step? Will he still have it? There you go.
Denver's got it. Jumper's good.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
JaMychal Green snatching it out of the air.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Gordon. Oh, the Suns come up with the steal. Working the outside to Booker. For 3. Ooh, he'll take that.
And I just hear my high school coach preaching this thing to me every single day, and it's still pertinent for the NBA. It's all about spacing. And when you have guys who are lethal three-point shooters, that whole floor opens up, and that's a thing of beauty to watch.
To Porter. A pass stolen by Phoenix. Paul. To Booker. Pass there, taken away by Denver. To Porter. A lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul.
Screen right, screen right, screen right.
Probing the defense. To Booker.
Pick, pick.
Fires the 3. This guy can beat anyone straight up. Devin Booker. Good closeout. Still knocks it down.
And they're relentless with these long shots. It just seems like their spacing is perfect, and they come down, they know exactly where they want to be, and they're shooting the ball without hesitation.
Monte Morris against Chris Paul. To Porter. And the rebound's taken in by Phoenix. To Mikal Bridges. Paul. Devin Booker. Cleans it up. Offensive board. Deep 2 there. Won't go. To Gordon. Porter. Barton picked up by Booker. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go. Booker. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
And the true test of a team's character is
Both teams are making some. Over to the right side. And the rebound taken down by Green. Scores from the post.
there you go. Finally, shoot your shot.
Paul into the front court. 2-point advantage. Here comes the screen. Paul. Going to launch beyond the arc. Misfires. It's no good. Pass stolen by the Nuggets. Cameron Payne. Huge block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Runner's good there.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Here comes the screen. To the rim. Lays it up and in.
I wasn't necessarily...
Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. DeAndre Ayton to Paul. Slam dunk.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint. He has that sixth sense that you just can't teach.
He's like a traffic cop, and he's navigating a myriad of bodies coming his way. And there's a smaller innuendo of the game that nobody talks about. When he makes a great pass, he'll tell the offensive player, shoot it, go up, dunk it. He will direct you and lead you to success.
Nuggets have the possession. To Rivers. Surveys the floor. Probing the defense. To Paul. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Lets it fly from long range. That one off the mark. It's no good. Paul across the timeline. Shot clock turned off as they try to extend the lead. Here comes the screen. Paul, too easy. Defense has to communicate.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Trying to cash in. Wide open look, won't go. Third quarter comes to an end. The Suns dominating so far. It's the Nuggets with the back. The fourth quarter, and I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ball game.
Paul, guarded by the former Dookie. Five on the shot clock for Phoenix. Jeff Green with a piece. Shot clock violation. Yes. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often.
Free throw good as he finishes off the three-point play. That shaves the deficit down to 10.
Come on, help, get me open.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Here comes the screen. Paul. Too much contact, and free throws coming.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Cameron Payne, he's got 2 shots coming. Shoots it at 75% for his career. Misses the first. Off the mark. 0 for 2 at the line.
Double.
To Jokic. Paul. From the painted area, won't go down.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
Paul. Tough shot. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Nice finish at the rim.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Nuggets with the basketball. To Jokic. Knocked loose. Taken by the Suns.
You got to go for the score here right now in this possession.
And stuffs it home.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Down low Green. Able to convert inside.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Paul with it up top. His team leads it by 10. Here comes the screen. Pass there, taken away by Denver.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
And the reward, he's going to the line.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
First one, count it. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. With the rock, it's Chris Paul. Slam dunk, DeAndre Ayton.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
And he's fouled. He's going to the line for 2.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots each and every one of them.
And he connects on the first free throw. 2 for 2 on that trip.
Good shot.
Now Paul with the basketball. It's an 8-point lead. Oh, ferocious slam inside.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Stuffs it down with authority.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Right through the heart of the defense. The layup is good. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
Paul. Count the basket inside.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back, everybody communicated, everybody pointed. It was just better offense than there was defense.
Hey, watch the screen now.
To Paul.
Shot.
No good. The follow won't go either.
Get over. Come through.
To Jokic. Has a chance. That's usually one that he'll knock down.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Paul to Mikal Bridges. Denver ball right now. Oh, they call him for the foul.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Time to shuffle things up. Oh, he had it. Paul into the front court. Up by 6. Count the basket at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Picked up by the Suns. Count the bucket for 2.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
Jokic. And look out.
Some players are so cerebral. I'm not even paying attention to the dunk as much as I'm paying attention to the player pointing and communicating to everybody his team needs a guard on the next play down the court.
Here comes the screen. Paul to Booker. Here's a chance from long range. Second effort. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Taken by the Suns. Gets to the basket and scores.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Picked up by the Suns. Got it.
This just blows my mind. The lane was so open. It almost looks like the offense is trying to make the layup even more difficult than what it was. They look bored out there.
To Aaron Gordon. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
And the last 10 sequences down the court, everybody's touched the ball. You don't see anybody with any kind of negative expressions on their face because everybody's eating.
Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. Shot from the lane won't go with a drop step. grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Nikola knocked away. It's getting dangerous down there.
Ed, I hated getting my shot blocked like that, but I did like getting the ball right back.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Booker. Oh, pass stolen by the Nuggets. Layup goes down. Well done.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was the look of a three-point play. You always going in thinking you can get more at the rim.
Phoenix has the ball. Paul. To Mikal Bridges. Here comes the screen. Mikal Bridges. Great defense there, forcing the pickup. Lobs it up. Knocked loose. Keeps the ball in bounds. That's what you want to see. Big finish at the rim. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
Paul into the front court. Lead stands at 10. To Mikal Bridges. Goes to the left side. 4-3. That's off the side of the rim. No good. Green guarded by CP3. Knocked loose. Taken by the Suns. Booker. To Paul. Screen coming. Paul. Ah, you've got to get that one to go. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Suns. Off the iron. It came out. Monte Morris matched up with Booker. The drive right to the basket. Porter. And they call it. Knocked loose.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
First one goes down. And he makes them both.
Shot, bro.
Paul across the timeline. His team on top by 8. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. Knocked loose from long range. Off the mark. No good. To Porter. Almost. Unlucky bounce. Wow, follows and finishes.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
Paul, he's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. To Gordon. Curling inside. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Chris Paul. Percent from the line. First try at the line, no good. Second and 3, off the mark. 0 for 3 from the line. Wow. Knocked loose. Taken by the Suns.
I tried to work the clock here, but you have to take care of the ball in this possession.
Paul to Mikal Bridges. Paul cleans it up. Knocked loose. Nuggets have the possession. Nuggets have it. Lays it up and in.
Probably option 3 right there in the court, but every player is a threat. No excuse for that easy bucket.
And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Suns. Gordon. To Porter. Sent it away.
Did you see how far he got up? He kept going up and up and up. I think he's still going up.
Gordon. Frank Kaminsky swats it. That's his 3rd block this evening.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
To Mikal Bridges. Yes, and a foul. To the three-point play. He struggled so far. Oh, he can't connect. It's Denver's ball. And that one out of bounds off the Nugget. Booker with it. Up 6. Beyond the arc for 3. Not that time. He misses. Fires the 3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
Now the Suns going to signal for a timeout. They'll need their best free throw. Paul. That misses with 3 seconds left. It's the Suns with the victory as they win this one by 3. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Post-game wrap-up. The Suns
did what great teams do best. Finish.
The statistic that seems to stand out in 3D is their assists. So many of their points were made possible by their team chemistry, and it was great to see. The Nuggets are probably frustrated with themselves after such a narrow loss. While they did put together quite a highlight reel of dunks in this matchup, they did not put together a win. As we all know, style points never show up on the scoreboard. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Denver Nuggets.
Game track. Assists.
I was really impressed by the way these teams shared the ball. As you can see in these highlights, the ball movement was spectacular. It can't be said enough. The extra pass can make all of the difference.
Player of the game.
Ayton wasn't satisfied with just getting steals. He had to insist on getting a bunch of blocks as well. Now that's what I call defense.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show.
These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
The Suns finished with a narrow victory on the scoreboard.
And it's always great to watch a team with such an unselfish approach to the game. Plenty of assists were delivered throughout this contest.
What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored to the Phoenix Suns. The Nuggets must be devastated after such a close loss. And while they didn't win the game, they could have won a dunk contest. They put down plenty of slams in this matchup. Check out the leading scores for the Denver Nuggets.
Game track. Assists.
You can tell both of these teams feel very comfortable in their offensive systems. There was plenty of great playmaking in this contest.
Player of the game.
Ayton
Put together an incredible game, highlighted by his amazing defense. Not many guys come up with this many blocks and steals.
Who was cold?
Here are the top plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
See y'all next time. Jalen Rose signing out.